Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. And today, I'm finally going to be going ahead and attempting an Alpha Defense Outpost. This is the last thing I really need to do before we can go ahead and fight the Lost King, is I need to just farm up all of the Prime Aberrant Sigils, and so far I have 0 of them. These things are really difficult. I've attempted a couple of them, and for the most part, they never really end well. And fortunately, I was able to go ahead and set everything up early, so I'll just go quickly over exactly how we're trying to do this. So, there are probably a bunch of different strategies to handle this, but I normally just brute force my way through everything. So, the way that I have this set up is I have 4 Ostons on each side, 2 males and 2 females. And on one side, we have them set to aggressive. That would be this side, in which, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Let me just go ahead and help out. The acro doesn't matter. She normally just sits out here as a bit of a meat farm for me, and she's also on aggressive, so she might end up kind of coming around and helping us throughout the rest of this. But the Ostons over here on aggressive, side B, are all set to, I believe it's the second lowest targeting range level 2. This helps make it so they don't aggro onto absolutely everything, so they can mostly stay focused on killing all the revenants that are going to show up, but still have a decent aggro range that something doesn't basically have to touch them before they go ahead and start attacking it. This is one of the big issues that I've noticed going ahead and trying to take things out this way in kind of more of a brute force strategy, is that normally you kind of just have all the creatures you have set to aggressive just killing everything in the area, and then eventually they get too far away from the revenants, and then they're not even helping out anymore. However, on side A, I have all of them on attacking target, and they are all following Blizzard, my cryo, who honestly is a really good strategy for this, because you simply set him on turret mode, and all of the Ocedons to follow him, and once you do that, you really don't have to worry about, hold on, wait a minute, you don't have to worry about all the Ocedons kind of being problematic. They all just run back to him every time they kill something, and because they are attacking his target whenever he aggroes on something, because he's on aggressive, immediately all of the Ocedons following him will go ahead and start attacking whatever he's aggroed to, which also helps because Ostons have a really long aggro animation, so when they're set to aggressive on their own, it kind of takes them a couple seconds before they actually start attacking something. I have my Thylas around here. Their job is just to follow Wither around, so I can go ahead and tell them to go and attack something if I need to. This is really just in case a Bronto shows up. I'm pretty sure Thylas can go ahead and damage them, and whatever side I'm on and I feel needs more help, the Thylas can just come ahead and help me out a little bit. I, of course, have my normal weaponry, which I will probably be using a lot, and I guess it really doesn't matter what ability I have selected, because the boss of these is immune to all status effects that I've been able to find. So, yeah, that's fun. But, yeah, so I've done a couple of these things. I haven't beaten any of them. The closest I got was to the boss, and then I think the boss ended up somehow damaging the tower, but okay, that's not the side that I'd exactly like to start on, but it's okay. Oh boy, I didn't realize that he was not on turret mode, that's my bad. Already things are off to a less than optimal start. Great. Here, let's go ahead and very, very quickly set him on turret mode, and unfortunately it looked like there's an Alpha Carno, but these Ostons should be able to handle it. Another thing I do want to mention, half of these Ostons have better than primitive saddles, the other half have exactly primitive saddles, so not exactly sure how they're going to perform. Hopefully we don't lose any, but yeah, 35,000 health, by the way, and I want to say roughly like 700 melee. Let me see. Okay, yeah, a little bit short of 700 melee. I think this should probably be good, but yeah, we're going to have to find out. So I'm just going to send everyone over there. We're just going to set up some extra generators on the other side, and I will just keep track of these Ocedons and be in charge of making sure that they're where they belong, and then hopefully Blizzard should be able to kind of keep track of the other group and keep them where they belong. And yeah, hopefully we don't end up losing this horribly. I do have a backup option in case this fails, and I might do 2 with this strategy. But if it doesn't end up working, I do have a backup option. In my opinion, it's a little bit cheaty. It's not exactly completely cheating. It's something that a lot of people use, and I honestly don't blame them, as it works really well from everything I've ever seen. But at the same time, I would like to go ahead and try to beat this without having to rely on that. So, yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, the damage these things is... they just do so much damage, and of course, the actual tower has barely any health whatsoever. So, hopefully, we do okay here. Honestly, I think I'm just going to hop off of Wither right now, and I'm just going to run around with my shotgun and my sword. I think that's going to be a lot more valuable. But yeah, as you can see, when you have this many Ostons around, they kind of just block a lot of the Revenants that try running to the tower, and of course they just kill things so quickly. With the exception of the couple of hulking ones that made it through, I mean, we're pretty fine right now, so that's good for now. I may need to go ahead and help some of these guys get back to Blizzard, but that's okay, because we're going to need their help for this next round too. So I'm also going to go ahead and demo all of these because they have served their purpose for now. Because now I'm able to put down 2 auto turrets. Honestly, I'm still not really sure what the best strategy with handling all of the defenses are. Because in my opinion, most of them are just really bad. I feel like they're way too weak and they are just way too expensive. Especially the auto turrets are way too expensive right now for me to really consider them super valuable. So, yeah, I'm just kind of going with the option that normally you set up some generators at the very start to go ahead and get the auto turrets set up, so you can preferably have 2 of them, and then once they're set up, then you should hopefully be able to do a little bit more damage, and then you kind of just put more turrets down, though I have been enjoying using the Plant Species X for a little bit. Just make sure I have the right group, make sure they're right back where they belong. And I'm going to set all of the Thylas to... let's go attacking my target. Go ahead and copy the settings to all of them. And hopefully they should go ahead and help out a little bit this time. And maybe we'll do things a little bit better. We'll see, though. The turrets are obviously going to help us out a little bit, doing small amounts of damage. The first couple waves, they really aren't that helpful, but later on, they do get a lot more powerful, and that's the main reason why I like keeping them around, because eventually they will become really valuable to have. Right now, though, they're pretty useless. And I'd prefer plant species over them. But it looks like we're doing a little bit better this time. So far, we haven't taken any damage. Let's hope it stays that way. I'm not sure if the Thylas are really making that much of a difference or not. It looks like they kind of did, though. Okay, so no damage that time. And we're going to go ahead and drop an auto turret over here. Let's just make sure... hop on Blizzard, select Group 1. And we're going to tell them all... let's just get them to follow him up here. I think we only have 3 of them right now, though, right? Oh, we might have all 4. Not completely sure. No, that one looks like it's supposed to be in the group. Alright. Turret mode. Hopefully this side can handle itself. We're about to find out. And it looks like the acro is kind of walking into range, so that's good. Can I get you out of this spot? Yes, I can. Alright, let's hop on over. And hopefully they'll be able to handle this. And yeah, I'm really nervous about this one now that we actually have 2 sides. It could be a little bit problematic, but hey, we're just going to have to try it and see what happens. Fortunately, in my own personal experience, the number of Revenants doesn't go up too much per wave. So on wave 3, well, starting on wave 2, you start getting creature Revenants, not just the normal humanoid ones. So the higher you go, the bigger the Revenants get, which also means that they're more easily blocked and hit by the Ostodons. So might go okay, but on round 3 we can also get the kind of mini boss Revenants, and those are what we really need to be afraid of. See, any second now. Yep, and it gave us the Bronto immediately. Alright, this is the #1 problem, as this thing can very easily solo the entire outpost. I just need to get one shot, though. No, it's not enough, it's not enough. Yep, we lost it. Yep. Single creature goes ahead and destroys everything. Honestly, the #1 issue I have with the Bronto is simply because you have to hit the small weak points on its legs, which, honestly, they're really noticeable and they're pretty easy to hit with a weapon. What definitely would have helped is if I had this set to standard mode. But I think what really ends up getting me most of the time is simply the problem that my creatures get in the way. They start attacking the Bronto, and then I can't hit the Bronto because all my creatures are in the way, and that caused a whole bunch of problems. So yeah. Fortunately, I do think that there is another one of these around in the general area, so I'm going to quickly pick everybody up, and we're going to head over there. I'll clear out the area, set everyone up, and then we can try this again, and hopefully it goes okay, and hopefully we don't get a Bronto, and we can see if the Bronto was really the problem, or if I was really just going to fail anyway. But yeah, let me quickly go ahead and make sure I have everyone and set up at the next one, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay. I'm back with the next defense outpost, and everything should be set up. Unfortunately, this is actually a really good location, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're going to be coming from this direction, and it's also a really good, there's kind of some nice natural defenses leading up to the, area from this first side. It's kind of got a natural pathway that makes it a little bit easy to help defend everything. Let me just make sure everyone is following Blizzard who needs to be. And yeah, hopefully this should all work out. And we need to make sure he is on aggressive, of course. So everyone should be set up. Let's just quickly go pop down our generators to get this started. Unfortunately, this area is very heavily forested, so sometimes can make traversing the area a little bit difficult, but hopefully we're going to be okay. I really don't want to go ahead and skip the time just because, I guess I'll just back up. We're really close, and hopefully, cross our fingers, everything goes okay. I think this time I'm going to stay off of my, Malwyn, at least for now. Just because I think I'll be a little bit more effective if I do. Fortunately, the, if a special creature like the Bronto, Utai, or Dilo spawns, it should spawn on this side first. Meaning that it will have a lot easier time, because I don't even know if the Bronto can walk up the short little cliff that's right there. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, as you can see, all those normal little Revenant zombies are not really able to get up. So I'm just going to set us to the Thylas so I can tell them to go around and kill whatever I need them to. I'll just let the side B Ocelons just kind of stay over in the area for now. There's no reason. Oh, wait. We gotta escape. My frame rate's not exactly great for aiming. But hey, we only took one hit, and that was from someone who honestly really shouldn't have been able to get away. So, I think that went pretty well. A lot better than last time. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the reason we lost last time was to a Bronto. I'm not 100% sure about that. But, I mean, if a Bronto shows up and it hits the main tower, I mean, I'm pretty sure, especially on Alpha, the Bronto is a guaranteed one hit, so is it really going to matter? However, seeing how this layout is a little bit different, I think I want to go about constructing my defenses a little bit differently. I think I want to put my first, turret right here. Let me just get rid of this rock, because it's probably going to get in the way. And I'm going to drop a plant species X on either side, because the angle of this little, the angle here of the little cliff makes it a little bit difficult for turrets to be particularly effective. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and drop another plant species to go ahead and try and help out with slowing anything that gets up here down. And then I'll just save the rest for later, and I think we're at a good spot where I'll just skip to when the round starts. Alright, here we go. Let me just do that for now. Try and help reduce the lag if we get rid of some of the name tags. Alright, hopefully no one breaks through this time. I'll be keeping a very close eye, though. Seeing a lot of green damage numbers, not too many yellow ones. That's good. Okay. So far, so good. You know, if all else fails, I guess I could just go ahead and double my Oston count to have 8 on each side. I guess that's an option. It's not my preferred option. Okay, now we need to switch things up, though, because now we have to defend both sides, so hopefully this doesn't get really bad really quickly. I'm going to bring Wither over here and hope that he can draw most of the Oston's attention. Let's see, there's 2 of them actually figured out how to make it through. The other one is just being really stupid, but what's new? I think we're going to set up... Yeah, I think we'll set up our turrets like this. Oh, the Oston's are following me, not Wither. Whoops, I thought they're following Wither. Okay, you can stop moving. You can stop moving. We need to figure out what happened to the R2. Hold on, let me just get everyone back into position, and I'll bring us back when the round starts. Alright, round should be starting here any second, and I'm unfortunately on the back of this Oston, so hopefully we can all handle this. Let's see. Any second now. Bad news? No? Nothing special? I think we're okay. It sounds like we're okay. For now. I'll just sit here inside the tower and get ready. I'll see, I might go ahead and get Wither on aggressive as well, just to have him help out. Okay. Okay. Okay, and I think he's probably stuck in the water. Okay, that went pretty well. This side seems like it can handle itself pretty fine. The only issue is the other side is, of course, a lot more open. Therefore, in a lot worse of a situation. So let me just go ahead and put everyone back in the middle. We have a bunch of time to go ahead and reorientate, so let's just use that to our advantage. Make sure they're all over here. That's 1, 2, 3. Where's number 4? Is that number 4? I think that is. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's just go on Wither and get him out of here, as well as the Thylas. I'm thinking I do want to keep the Thylas on this side, though, just given that it is the more difficult side, I think, to defend out of these two. Though we do need to worry because now we're on the boss round, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to have enough damage to kill the boss. The boss on these things has a ton of health on Alpha, and it's completely immune to any form of bleed or anything, so we might be in trouble. But yeah, let me just, first of all, drink some water, and take out this Revenant, whatever it is. Okay, this could be a problem. Where are you? It says you're right here, but you're very clearly not. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this does sometimes happen with this layout, but honestly, I think it's better to have it difficult for them to get in, but they sometimes spawn under all the ice than them to be able to just walk right in. So I think it's worth it. This is still one of my preferred ones. It's not my favorite. One of the sides is almost completely incapable of having anything break through. So that's, in my opinion, the best one. But let's see. Let me just get this out of the way. Okay, we got enough for 2 turrets. I'm thinking I'm probably going to drop them on this side just because I want the boss to take as much damage as possible. And I think I need to drop another plant species over here if I want to be okay. Are you following me? You are. Okay, you need to stop that. Get over here. And there we go. Okay, I think that's everything set up for now. I don't really know what else I could really ask for other than that we don't get a Bronto. And I probably just went ahead and guaranteed that I'm going to get a Bronto now, but hey, we're going to find out. Please no Bronto.
Don't let them wreck my property.
Let's see. How bad is this gonna be? I'm gonna hop over to this side initially. From the sound of it, I don't think we actually get anything. We just have to deal with that Rex, though. Alright, they hopefully should be able to defend that side, so I'm just gonna keep this side. Watch it. Jeez Louise. Yeah, the minute you let the turrets get leveled up, they are incredibly powerful. How's the... Oh, it's the Theory, not a Rex this time. Okay. That's alright. I think the Theory actually has less health, so that's good. Alright, group 2. Are you guys headed... Follow me. Oh, not that much. I think I hit everybody with that. Alright, let's pull them back into range. That's okay. And now let's take them out. Why is it alpha boosted? Why is it alpha boosted? Oh, that's a problem. That's a really big problem. So far our damage is okay. I do think we are going to lose a couple Ostons, though. Probably the ones with the primitive saddles. I should have just gone ahead and made them good saddles. I have good blueprints. I have really good blueprints. But I also need to make sure that we keep them in range. That I don't jump out of range. Alright, right there is a really good spot. Just need to keep the damage up. I'm just gonna hop on one of these guys because my damage should be higher than what they can do on their own. Oh boy. Make sure it falls down. Yep, there goes one of them. I think everyone should be attacking with me, though. The Thylas... Okay, the Thylas are actually doing pretty good. Their knockback isn't that much, so... I have no idea if I'm affected by mate boost or not. Stop. Let me get down. Alright, go back. Back to it. More Ostons, please. Okay, come on. I'm really nervous. Alright, back over here. You can't push him out of range. Alright. And head back. Circle him. Alright, back in. Let me try and get it up to a wall. Up. Another Oston going down. Yeah. Fortunately, once I get mutated Ostons, this probably won't be that bad. Honestly, I think that the entire mission itself won't be that bad. Once I get mutated ones, they'll just be so strong it won't matter. But yeah, I'll definitely need to get better saddles for the next generation I grow up. But yeah, I think that might be victory, unless something I didn't account for happens. Oh my gosh, we did it. I didn't think that I could do that. Okay, just pick everyone up. We unfortunately lost 2 or 3 Ostons in the process, but I think that was worth it, and honestly, it was completely avoidable, which is annoying, but at the same time is also really good, because if I did make those good saddles, we probably would have been fine. Oh, let me just make sure that this was a primitive saddle one, right? Oh, it wasn't. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'll pull for all the saddles from any of the corpses, but yeah, let's just quickly crack this open. Oh my gosh. There it is, 10 prime aberrant sigils. 1 down, 19 to go. Alright, let's see what the actual loot is out of this thing. I'm sure it's pretty bad, but may as well give it a shot. And I'm immediately encumbered, so a lot of resources. Okay, I like what I see. I did see Curse Tech Blueprint, which is nice. Let's just check everything out. Okay. Ooh, really good flak chest piece. That'll be good to combine with how many I've gotten from killing neophytes. Okay, that's not awful, I guess. I don't really need the helmet, so I'll leave that. Keep that. I mean, that's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. Is it worth it? No. Definitely not really worth it if you're going to try it through this method. Yeah, that's one down. I gotta be honest, I really was not expecting that was gonna work. I'm mostly going to blame that on having a really good, layout, is that really does matter a lot with these things. Let's just make sure that I have all of the Oceanon saddles collected. Oh, I probably can't pull them off of corpses, can I? Let me just check. How many did we lose? That is 2 of them. Okay, we lost 2, and they were both from the original side. That makes sense. That's where the theory showed up originally. Alright. Well, we proved that it is possible. It's not easy. I'll give it that. But it is possible. Oh, this one looks like it was probably not... Oh, it was primitive style. Okay, that makes me feel better. Let me just check around the board. How are the rest of them doing? You have really low saddle and you're pretty hurt. You have a really high saddle and you're super hurt. I don't even know where you took all that damage from. Must be the theory. I know that it was, alpha boosted in there, so that probably didn't help either. But yeah, that's Alpha Defense Outpost, I guess. Well, I don't think this has really been enough time to go ahead and call it an episode in of itself. So, I do want to go ahead and try out the other strategy that I had in mind, the kind of a little cheating strategy. It's not cheating, but it's definitely a little bit less impressive than going around and doing it just like this. So, yeah, it might make it easier though, so I am going to go prepare for that, and I will bring you guys back, and we can go ahead and test to see if this special strat that I've heard of is really actually good at helping deal with these, and hopefully that'll make it that I can handle them a lot better. But yeah, I will need some time to prepare, so I shall see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm ready to go ahead and try out this new strategy. So, this time I've gone ahead and I've set up everything basically the same way. Thyla's following around my Malwyn, which I'll be on. 4 Osnons on every side. One side has my Cryo on it. However, I also have a barricade of buried Reaper Kings. For whatever reason, I've heard that most creatures, and this includes Revenants from what I understand, don't like to walk over buried Reaper Kings. This is something people have apparently been using on OSDs for a long time, and I don't really know if it still works. I don't know if they've patched it out, but I've heard that people use this for Defense Outposts as well. So I went ahead and got some Reaper Kings, and I have a barricade that goes pretty much all across the entire way that the Revenants can enter, and I have this, of course, on the other side as well. And just to test things out and potentially help out with the boss, I do have my Bronto here, who has 2 turrets on his back. I've given them a good amount of ammo, just as much as I had laying around the base. And when the boss comes out, I'll probably try to get on his back and turn them on, just to see if it can go ahead and help us out a little bit. I don't know if they'll actually target the boss. I don't know if they'll really do that much damage, but I just figured that I may as well test it just to see what happens. As far as I know, there's no setting that I changed to allow that. Once the Bronto came out and I attempted to put the turrets on the back, it worked, so it might just be on by default for Evo Brontos. I don't really know, but yeah, just putting that warning out there that it may not work on your server. But yeah, I think I should have everything set up. The Reapers are, of course, on ignoring whistles, and let me just make sure. Okay, I'm only talking to the Thylas. This is a pretty good location, by the way. Here it is on the map, just to go ahead and help for anyone who doesn't really know where to find these. I personally like this one a lot, as the side over here, which I think is the second side to activate, is, it's got a pretty small entrance, so real easy to barricade. It only took 3 Reapers, really only 2, but I decided to be safe and toss a 3rd one in there. But yeah, let's just see how this goes. We were able to do one without the Reapers, so I'm hoping that with the Reapers, this hopefully should be a lot easier. We'll go for exact same strategy as I tried before. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that was all about. But hopefully, we should be okay. And from what I understand, if you have the Reapers, one of the big benefits, aside from the fact that the tower survives, is your turrets tend to survive because stuff really doesn't get through. Now, I think the Bronto can walk over the Reapers. I think it's more of an issue with AI pathfinding, because obviously I can walk over them just fine. So I'm guessing that the AI pathfinding is really the big issue. Though it looks like Mischief is that issue. So I don't know exactly what causes it. I just know that a lot of people have apparently used this before, and I decided I'd give it a shot just to see if it would work, just to help make this any easier. I gotta do 20 of these things per time I fight the boss, so I'd really prefer it if I can make it about as easy as I can. I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the names, and let's just start this thing. And again, I think I'm going to start off of my mount, just to be safe. Oh, great, Wither is not on passive. That could be a problem. I figure I may as well cover this right now, but I've noticed that one issue I've had using Malwins is that, for whatever reason, when they do their teleportation attack, they sometimes will teleport to the very center of the map, so just outside of the city. I've had that happen a couple times, and I'm honestly kind of planning on fighting the boss with Malwins, but I'm getting a little bit hesitant to try that just because I'm afraid that that's going to happen there on the boss fight. So I don't really know if I should try to go ahead and do that or not, so I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, looks like someone made it through. Oh, don't have an angle? Okay. Yeah, that performed pretty well, though. My problem is I'm now stuck under everything. And, okay, the Thylas aren't following Wither, so... Oh, wait, did I see his name tag for a second? Maybe not. Okay, I think he did end up teleporting off of the map. That's not good. I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, I'm only talking to the Thylas. Where is my own Thyla? Okay, here. I think I'm just gonna have the rest of them follow mine. Just want to make sure I have the right tame order set. Alright. Let's work on getting some turrets up. I think that, honestly, if the barricades work as well as they did that round, I think we're going to be fine. It's hard to tell if the Reapers were what was keeping them from getting in here, or if it was just the fact that there's, what, like 8 Octodons just physically blocking the way. I mean, that would be pretty hard to walk through, but yeah. Oh, wait. Almost forgot to set up the air turret. That would have been... Listen, optimal. This is a really bad spot, though. I think I'll just go with this one. I know that the terrain can get in the way, so I'd really prefer it if I could get that one set up. And here we go. Let's just turn it on and see how this goes. Hopefully this goes okay. The numbers seem to be in the same spot, so it might be working. Here, let's just turn that off, so... Oh. Why is that Thyla running? Oh, I wonder if he can't get around, so he's trying to pathfind around that way. Oh, yeah, I think that's the problem. Alright, well, I'll just kind of sit around and hope that everything goes well and continues to go this way. I'm a little bit nervous about the Bronto, though, and I don't know what's causing that number. I wonder if there's an Octodon that made it to the other side. Oh, no, that's the Bronto, isn't it? The Bronto... Is the Bronto fighting? No, the Bronto's getting hit, though. Yeah, okay. I'll just hop out here for the time being, then. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of an issue, I guess. I'm gonna quickly swap on over to my second group of Octodons. Let me just make sure. Yeah, alright. So I need to pull them over here to help defend this side. Okay, 2 turrets over here. I think I'm just gonna try and set up one over here. And then I'll probably just set up plant species on either side. Anyone following? Okay, we got 1 so far. Did that hit him? Or did that hit the, okay, it did. Unfortunately, Octodons do tend to have a little bit of trouble making their way around the smaller outposts, but it's okay. I can manually move them around. And honestly, 3 will probably be enough. I didn't go ahead and get any better saddles. I was kind of thinking about it, but I decided against it just because it was going to be a lot of metal to farm up that I'd need to get the blueprints, so we'll just make sure. Where's the other one? Okay, that's a problem. Okay, we've lost one of them. Oh, he's way over there. Can I... Like, how far is that? I mean, I don't even see his name tag, so he must be really far. I don't know if that'll catch him or not. I'm hoping that does. Oh, it did. Alright, I guess he can just help with this side, and I'll just have to spend most of my time on the other side.
Don't let them wreck my property.
Alright, let's head back to, the Thylas. Here we go, alright. Make sure everything's going okay on this side. Oh, okay. I completely forgot that the Bronto could show up now, but okay. We fortunately just got the Dilo. That's honestly the easiest one. Yeah, it looks like it's not doing much damage, so I think we're gonna be okay. Unfortunately, we still have a chance to get the Bronto, because the next round, I think, can still spawn stuff, if I remember correctly. Fortunately, yeah, Dilo's not really that bad, as long as you just kill it, which, I mean, isn't really too bad. It's a Dilo. Even a boss Dilo is still a Dilo at the end of the day. Okay, yeah. Alright, looks like we're doing okay. Looks like the Thylas honestly can handle that side perfectly fine as long as the, Here, let me turn off the HUD, sorry. As long as the Reapers are there. Honestly, I might just be able to do this. I've been breeding up a bunch of Malwinds in the form of Veilwinds, and once I convert them to Malwinds, they can probably handle this on their own, and with how crazy the damage of my Malwinds are, I wouldn't be surprised they could solo the, boss. I'd probably have to find out if there's a way to disable the teleportation attack, because, yeah, that does tend to cause a problem. But, with that, yeah, alright. Last round, where's Cloud? Okay, he's over here. Let me just pull him back into the center. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the best method right now is going to be. I kind of want to bring the Osnons over here, but at the same time, I don't know. Okay, one thing I do want to try out while we have the time is I want to see, can I get onto the back of my Bronto? I can. Alright, I'm going to turn the turrets on this time, just because the boss is going to show up. Hopefully that works. Now that I think about it, I do want to make sure he's on neutral so he can help out as much as possible. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Hopefully, this should work out really fine. You just drink some water. And I think we should be ready to go. Let me just set up another turret here. I'm just gonna honestly double turret, and then I'll get a plant species here just to help slow things down. I think that's everything I really need. I will definitely need to pay a little bit of attention to this side, just because we only have the Thylas over here helping out. I guess they have turrets helping, but still a little bit nervous. I know I could have the Reapers helping me out a little bit, but I've gone ahead and decided that... yep, there it is. Let's see if it figures out how to make it through. I just remembered that Thyla should be able to just go ahead and attack the weak points directly. I'm difficulty with it. Let's do it this way. Oh, there goes Mischief. Come on. Hard with all this stuff in the way. Looks like the other side's doing okay, though. Tower's not taking damage. The boss is up. What happened? Oh, the Bronto got through. There was a Bronto on that side. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the main issue is just those Brontos. It's so hard to deal with them, but on the plus side, the Reapers worked. They solved the issue that I was trying to deal with, which was simply just the fact that I couldn't keep the Revenants back. So the Reapers definitely succeeded in that regard. Little bit disappointed we weren't able to take out the outpost and actually succeed. But yeah, I'm guessing that it was the Bronto, judging by how big the damage numbers were that I saw. I saw multiple, like 4,000 damage markers, so I'm guessing that that is probably because of the Bronto. As for my Bronto, are the turrets okay? The turrets are completely unharmed, and it looks like they've done a decent bit of shooting, so I'm guessing that they were helping, so I could just line up the entire platform side with a bunch of turrets to help out next time if I want. I think I'm going to refrain from doing that, though. I don't really know how much they were helping, and it's just going to be really expensive to fuel them for all that. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, the Bronto is kind of just an issue. I honestly kind of feel like there isn't really an easy way to deal with them. I mean, even the Thylas were struggling to hit them in their weak spot, so I think that, honestly, there really wasn't too much I could do there aside from just kind of accept that if I get the Bronto, then I'm kind of out of luck. So yeah, hopefully we can, hopefully I can go ahead and do more of these. I think that's all that I'm going to do this time, simply because I'm running out of time, and, well, I mean, you get the idea. We ended up beating one of them, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. Really glad I was able to get that done, but yeah, unfortunately, these are just really, really difficult, and honestly, I mean, I don't know how much my Thylas are actually helping with this, but yeah, I think we really relied on the, Ocynons, and I think the Thylas definitely obviously help because they are the only ones holding this side down, and yeah, if I was able to go ahead and take care of that Bronto, I think we would have been okay for the rest of this. I think we would have handled it. But good to know the Reaper strategy does work, so I can definitely go ahead and recommend you do that. Unfortunately, this map is a little bit difficult to get Reapers on, but the good news is, because they're buried underground the whole time, it doesn't matter what level you tame them at, they're all going to be just as helpful for going ahead and doing these, because they simply just sit underground. I'm pretty sure they're immune to damage, but let me just check. Yeah, looks like every one of them is at max, so yeah, you could simply just tame up even, I mean, a level 5 queen or whatever the lowest level on your server is. You could simply just go ahead and grab a bunch of Reapers that way. Obviously, higher level ones are nice because, I mean, you could even have them come out of the ground to go ahead and attack the boss at the end. I decided not to just because I didn't know how much damage they take and I wanted to preserve them, but yeah, honestly, with the exception of that one not going so well because of the Bronto, I think that went really well. It didn't really look like the boss was able to do much, so I think we would have won were it not for that Bronto, which, the more I've done these, the more I've kind of just grown to accept that for the most part, especially if you're solo, if you get the Bronto, you kind of just have to accept that you're going to lose. They're just way too powerful. They're really hard to hit. I mean, creatures that are small are able to technically hit the little weak points on their feet, but from my personal experience, they've been really, really bad at it, and even just shooting it, they have so much health. I feel like there's not a lot of good weapons for taking them out, especially because the hit registration seems to be really bad on them. So I'll just go ahead and shoot them with like my shotgun, and it won't count as hitting the weak point. Instead, it just counts as hitting the Bronto. So yeah, I'll have to do a bunch of these. But good news is I only need 19, which I guess only really isn't the right word because that's 19 where I don't get a Bronto in. The setup does take a while, and I don't even have to worry about cryo cooldown, because the Reapers take a while to go ahead and put them in the perfect spots. Hold on. Oh, that's just a beta. I don't need to do a beta. Yeah. Anyway, I think that was kind of a success. I mean, we proved that the Reapers can do it, and we got 10 of the sigils that I need. I may need 200, but 10 is a start, and honestly, just knowing that it's possible to do these solo, even if I do have absolutely ridiculous gear and creatures, that's more than I could ask for. I really was not expecting to be able to beat this one, or to beat this challenge on my own. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to beat the map on Alpha, but yeah, honestly, that wasn't too bad, and if anyone has any tips on how to go ahead and do these better, I'm open to ideas. I might do a little bit more research to see if anyone else has any good ideas on how to do this. I just kind of did a little bit of browsing beforehand, saw that this strategy had worked. I'd heard of it before for OSD, so I figured I'd give it a shot. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, farewell.